Are vegans judgmental enough?
So today is the World Vegan Day, 1st of November. In fact, the entire month of November is called the Vegan Month. Yeah. And what does this day really symbolize? This symbolizes a movement, an attitude, a change of hearts and minds, and a self-realization that when you are abusing, hurting, harming someone, A, if it's not necessary, you can just stop it immediately, you should. And B, that if it is something that harms somebody, abuses someone, exploits someone, and is discriminatory, it is a wicked, evil practice. No matter how ancient, how cultural, how much it is the norm around us, it isn't acceptable. Think about it. There are countries where FGM is acceptable. There are countries where marital rape is not a crime. Yes, it's acceptable in India, where I come from. Does that make it a non-crime in reality? Because we are in the matrix, not in the real world. In the real world, these things would be a crime. You wouldn't say, don't judge me. I'm going to go home, rape my wife no matter how she pleads to me, don't do it. No, it is still wrong. I cannot say, well, I have to cut my little girl on her vaginal parts, remove her clitoris and labia as she bleeds, some even die, but I will do it because it's acceptable in my culture, because everyone does it, because it's an age-old tradition, because it's a requirement for me, from my family. Whatever excuses you are giving to kill animals, hunt them cruelly, rape them to make them have babies after babies, what an abuse it is. Then kill the babies, kill the mom and dad. You know, they make the bulls ejaculate by electrocuting them and then extract semens. Yeah, this semen is injected using a metal long rod that damages the uterus of the cow. To do this, the entire hand and the fist and the entire arm, in fact, is thrust into the anus of the cow. This is a process that is abusive in itself, but imagine the mental trauma of becoming pregnant with all this pain in you, then to have your baby taken away and killed. When the baby is killed, the mother is grieving, wants to breastfeed but cannot. Imagine if it were to happen to you. Because it happened to me once. My baby was taken away overnight. I was made pregnant against my will. I was married against my will. I was moved to a different country against my will. My career was lost. So think about it. If there is a female victim who's human, you sympathize with the victim, of course. Maybe some people have empathy, maybe some don't. And some people even look down upon the victim, shame them, don't give them good opportunities at work, at activism, don't respect them overall as a personality, no matter how great their past was. In the eyes, she's a victim. Someone whom, please, if you were a criminal, yeah, great job. But if you're a victim, no. Think about the animals now, what they're going through. They are victimized just for some dairy, for your tea and coffee, which you can make with plant milk also, or just have it black, or just don't have it. It's not an essential product. Just for some cheese, you're addicted to taste, you're a glutton. You can have vegan cheeses or just avoid cheese. What's the big deal? So you want to have all those unhealthy, cancer-causing, heart disease-causing, and diabetes-causing items, because they are making us insane. All those animal hormones, all those animal proteins are corrupting our brain. They are physically causing damage to our brain too. Yes, they cause multiple diseases, hundreds of them. And I've written this in my articles on earthhealingnetwork.com. My free book is called Shamelessly Arguing with Vegans. Please read it. All these are big crimes, gigantic crimes. If you were to be a pedophile, a rapist, a serial rapist, that too, and a serial killer, would you say, don't judge me? Well, anyone would say, you deserve judgment. You deserve to be, there in the jail. You deserve to be reprimanded, yes, and you deserve that. At least people should say that you're wrong and you should stop it. At least you have to stop doing that ignoble act, because it's not allowed if the victims were human. So if you are being non-judgmental about it, just because you're human and you're not the victim, yeah, you're showing a lack of empathy, you're being speciesistic. And I'm sorry for the victims, not for you. You should be ashamed of saying, don't judge others. Let them take their own time. Let them come to their own conclusion when they want to. Let them reflect and then think about it. Of course, they should reflect and think about it. But the most important thing in activism is to ban the crime. If you believe in activism, you believe in equality, not in injustice, not in discrimination. So don't be speciesistic. Say that yes, these are crimes, they need to be banned. Don't take a stand on the fence. Don't say let people wake up and they have to. We cannot impose anything on them. They'll feel bad, their ego will be hurt. We will lose a nice, client, friend, whatever. Don't do that. Don't be a speciesist. Be a real vegan, be an activist if you can be, if you can give time to it, but at least make your moral stand clear. There is a need to have the right judgment. The world needs to go vegan. These crimes need to be outlawed, just like FGM needs to be outlawed. Marital rape needs to be outlawed. There are no questions about it. There's no scope for discussion. I'm not being angry at you, but at this attitude, I am feeling as if such a straightforward crime and injustice is being taken lightly. So don't perpetrate this crime. Don't be an enabler. Speak for the victims. Speak boldly. Speak truthfully. Be honest. And yes, have sensible judgment.